What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So we really need to finish up the rewiring of the LEDs on the GTR. The other day I was at a show and one of the wires that's connected to the seats ended up connecting with power negative, ended up frying. Super weird. I've had it for 3 years, never had an issue, but things happen. So I rewired. I'll show you guys what I did. I'm using the Mictuning, the 8 gauge, not the 8 gauge, the 8 switch panel, distro block type thing. So I ended up rewiring it. I did a test before I put everything back together, and the seat interior lights work fine now. So what I ended up doing though, I ended up getting a 14 gauge power adapter. So hopefully that'll help out with the current. Even though I think it only really pulls about 7 amps, not even. So I'll show you guys real quick what I did. I'm gonna run that final wire, hunt down another one that I have no idea where the hell it goes to, but it has a fuse on it. And then that way everything's cleaned up, everything looks good, everything's in one organized location. So just here's an example of kind of like the one I was doing. I was looking for this one because I have 3 of these kits. I couldn't find it, so I ended up doing another one. But this is a similar setup. It'll be like the underglow, the wheel rings when I get those. They're interior lights, the speakers for the sub rings, and then the halos will be for the demon eyes. But one thing I did find out about this, and I'll show you guys on the inside, specific locations, like let's say fuse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each one has a designated fuse rating, and I guess you can't switch them out, so you have to leave it. Like my underglows only pull about 6 amps. So what I did is, instead of swapping it out to like a 7 amp fuse or whatever, I just tapped it into the 10. The speaker, that only takes like a 5 amp fuse, and I only tapped into the other 10 location just because I can't switch them out. But that's just how it is. I'll show you guys what that looks like real quick. All right, so I know it looks like a rat's nest right now, but it's because I don't have everything nice and cleaned up and hidden, because I'm still doing like tests, making sure everything still runs good. So this is the new one that I ended up adding, so this should be good. But you see how it's broken up into different fuse locations, like a 30. This one is 20, 15, and a 10. So I ended up tapping into the locations that I could. But these are designated per here, like location 1, location 2, and tells you up here on the controller which location it is. It's for that fuse. So this is the other controller that I'm going to end up installing. But yeah, the other locations I'll leave open for when I get those. Those are like wheel rings and other things like that. So this is what it looks like for now. It's been working great so far. It does have the cigarette lighter. That's the one that I use for the TV up here. It's off and on. And then right there you see the circuit breaker. So once I get this cleaned up, honestly, it'll be a lot cleaner. I know where everything is in one location. Nothing will be going to the main battery underneath the hood. So that'll be good. All these are tied to the second battery that I have in the trunk, which is a excess power 3000. I've ran all the lights to include the TVs at shows for about 6-7 hours, and it still has a bunch of juice. And like I said, it doesn't take away from the power of the car. So once I leave the show, shut everything off via Bluetooth or switches, and then just start the car normal and just ride out. But I'll show you guys what that looks like once everything gets cleaned up. I'll make a final video. But yeah, so this is just wire that I gotta run to the back, so once I do that, I don't even know where the hell I put the cover, but oh, here it goes. So yeah, has extra fuses. Once the cover goes on, it'll look a lot better. I'll hide the wires in the carpet underneath, and yeah, so a lot better what it was before. But one thing I would recommend, I'm gonna do is put on each setup, so I don't have to keep referencing back and forth, or in case I forget, a piece of masking tape and then write down what it is. All right, so I'll put a piece of masking tape here, and I'll put, underglows, or a piece of tape here, and I'll put subwoofer LEDs or interior LEDs or whatever it is. So that way, if you just pull the panel out, you know what's what. And then this panel is hidden behind the carpet back there, so you don't see it. So if you guys got any questions, let me know. I do a ton of wiring. Things just end up getting old. I don't know if that other wire ended up getting cut or spliced or something happened, but it worked fine for 3 years, and I guess it was time to upgrade, so I did so. But these Mictuning 8-panel switches are amazing, especially if you got a bunch of LEDs set up. You can just turn it on. You got this one, you can actually change the colors, change the brightness, change if it flashes or strobes, anything like that. But just click this on, and then you can turn all your lights on, and then when you leave the show, shut it off. And me, as an extra precaution, I always hit the circuit breaker, and then that way it's absolutely no current going to the box. And then this is the current indicator light, so just make sure that goes out if you end up turning off the breaker. If not, this, I was told that it can stay on. The light will stay on. It draws like 3 milliamps, and I guess it won't kill the battery, because people have mentioned that the light stays on, and Mictuning said don't worry about it, like it'll take a while for it to even attempt to kill the battery, because the little draw that it does, all it does is keep that light on. So nothing goes to the panel, nothing goes to the lights until you turn this on, the controller. So you guys got any questions, let me know. Hit me up, and I'll try to answer them as best I can.